Awesome. So this week's energy forecast is very interesting. For the beginning of April, we started off last week with a full lunar eclipse, which was held on the same weekend as Passover and Easter. So there was some very interesting different religious holidays mixing with astrology. But this week, things are being shifted by, like I said earlier, a high gear Venus just taking over, and Jupiter is going back to a direct motion. So as we gear up for the high-speed week or so, the kickoff will be on Wednesday, which is tomorrow, April 8th, and Jupiter's 5-month retrograde is now going direct, as I said, and it'll be the first time that Jupiter will be moving forward this year, which is said to be a lucky time for many of us. Jupiter going direct is a sign of a happier and more abundant future making its way into our realities. With a healthier economy, positive strings are being pulled in very important directions. Lucky for me and the rest of the Leos, this is a time said to be especially lucky for the Leo and other sun signs. Leos are to feel a burst of energy and positive movement forward, and I personally can vouch for that as well. The past couple weeks I was feeling a little bit down, and like the past 48 hours I've been super energized and things are happening for sure. And the Sun will be meeting up with Mercury for a conjunction the second time this year on April 9th, and this time it's in Aries. And this also means that Mercury is the furthest from the Earth in its direct motion currently. This conjunction is known to give us all a burst of adrenaline and can help get things moving in the right direction, be it financially, romantically, through travel, or the completion of a long-term project which is opening space for something new and improved within you. So that's a lot happening. And on April 11th, the shift from Venus will happen from Taurus into Gemini. And this combination means that diversity is super important to us right now. So 2 or 3 of anything may start to seem way better than one, but just be careful with decisions and let the divine help you with your influences and within the next few weeks. And remember that each decision has its own reactions and consequences. So be very aware of your surroundings and where you're moving forward and what you're focusing your time on. And as for the moon, we're currently at about an 85% waning gibbous in Scorpio. And Scorpio moons lead to mischievousness and contemplation and also growth in shadow areas. So that's a plus for it at least. And that's just what I've got going on for the energy forecast right now. And I'm grateful to share it, and I'm excited for this burst of energy after a long wait.
I would love to have a burst of energy right now.
Yeah, I think part of the reason you are lacking a burst of energy is you're doing a lot of things at once, and I'm surprised at how well you were balancing them. So your energy is definitely more there than you realize.
There's a split second where I'm like, I just want to quit everything.
But you can't.
No, I know I can't. And yeah, I'm gonna stick through it, and I know it's not gonna last very long. And see, I got bit, and the window is closed. Sorry. See how crazy I'm being right now?
Yeah, this is definitely an interesting podcast. We've been a little bit all over the place today.
Ah, bam! Yes, we have. Yes, we have.
Yep.
She's looking at me like she wants to kill me right now. So, let me give you my solar flare update. Which it means by doing a lot is just I've had about 2 hours sleep in the last 2 days. So, please excuse me for anything that may not seem very professional, but I'm giving it all I got. So we've only had 11 solar flares since last Tuesday. 3 weeks ago we had 72. 2 weeks ago we had around 50. Now we only have 11. Sunspot 2320 has become beta gamma and could break the quiet streak. If it does, anytime, if it has a solar flare anytime in the next 24 hours, it will be likely to contact Earth, as this sunspot is facing us. But just, if I could, just for a brief moment, I saw something while this was playing and I wanted to kind of point it out. When there's a solar flare, there's a little disk in the center of it. And right there it is. I can zoom in on this. So we're looking at this spot right here. And if I can start it, you see it go that way. Okay, so just pay attention. Sometimes that happens in the solar flares, and I won't say for sure that it's a UFO, but I will just leave that possibility up in the air. So the solar wind is decreasing. Last week it rose to about 500 kilometers per second, but now it's lowered again to 400 kilometers per second. And there's a possibility that high-speed streaming from a coronal hole will occur between April 9th and April 10th. So we could see the solar wind increasing once again, increasing the possibilities of the aurora borealis. And it's a quiet week. There hasn't been too many solar flares with the sun, a few of them producing 1 CME right there, but not too much. So take this time to really reflect, and as Shannon was saying, it's a time to sort of work on our shadow sides, and it's been coming up a lot, especially the last few days for me, is working on that shadow self and just feeding loving compassion into it and non-judgmentalness. So thank you all for listening to my solar flare update.
Nice job.